Hello and welcome to Scott Ambrose's Furious Fetus with me, Scott Ambrose. I am the Furious Fetus. Today is November the 27th. Yes, it is. Maybe not when you're listening, but when the day I'm recording this is November the 27th. This is going to be an awful podcast. Maybe it might be good. If I just turn around and say it's going to be good, it might change the whole scenario. You know, fake it till you make it. Positive thinking. All of that bullshit. You know, today might be a good day. I've had very little sleep. I'm drinking vodka Monster. It's going to be a stuttery splundering. That's not even a fucking word. It's going to be a stuttering mess of a podcast. Splundering. Today's word of the day. Splundering. To splunder. Is that even a word? Splunder? I don't think it is. It might be. I don't know every word in the world or the universe. I don't know alien words. Some weird fucking galactic planets that no one's ever seen or heard of. Yeah, maybe. I wasn't there. I don't know what. I ask questions like you're actually in the room. That is a sign of a person that's mentally fucking ill. Oh god, now I'm coughing shit on me. That should not be. Phlegm should not be landing on my top when I cough. God almighty. Yeah, it was like a thing the other day that said there's like 10% chance, like 10% of the universe could only potentially have intelligent life. I always think, like, people always hang on about, like, is there other intelligent life out there? Who the fuck is deciding we're intelligent? When was that meeting? When was the meeting fucking that said people are intelligent? Do you know who was people? Do you know who the people that were saying that people are intelligent? People. If you got a bunch of dogs together, right, that chase cars and smell each other's assholes, and you could listen to what they were saying to each other, right? If there was some sort of woof woof to English translator, right? And it fucking, you took it. If you listen to dog conversation, they're probably like, oh my god, we're so smart, aren't we? We're probably like we're intellectual form of life. Like, our lives are awesome. We chase cars, we sniff each other's assholes. I bet our lives are we are the greatest species on this planet. Because they don't understand there's something smarter than them, which are humans. When do humans... I'll give you this. Humans are the smartest, the most intelligent thing on this planet. But we're comparing it to fucking stuff that's lower than us. Wait until... Maybe there's something that lives on this planet so fucking intelligent above us that we don't even see it. The same way ants don't see humans, I imagine. I'm just fucking projecting. I'm like, oh, maybe ants do see humans and they realise that we're fucking idiots. And they think they're a higher species of intelligence. My point is, we're not allowed to say we're high intelligent. Is there other highly intelligent life form in the universe? Who said we are? You can't just... I consider myself a genius. But... because I refuse to... I'm like, no one's smarter than me. You'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. There's loads of people smarter than you. I'd be like, no, I've had a meeting with myself. And me and the board of directors of me have come to the conclusion that I am the smartest. I am a high intelligent form of life. And I'm smarter than everything else. So... you'd be like, dude, you cannot do that. Anyway, do you get the point I'm trying to make? How many times do I have to repeat the same fucking... That's what happens when you have the lack of sleep, relentless and vodka. You just repeat the same stuff over and over again. Welcome to Scott Ambrose's Furious Fetus, Episode 3, Repetitive Bullshit. It's like a Stuart Lee bit, but he has a point. Just saying the same shit over and over again. I'm like a song. I just repeat the chorus. That could be my chorus of the podcast. How do I know that I'm smart? So, 5 minutes in. Is it enjoyable? Who knows? So, what shall I seen 3 foxes last night. I seen 3 foxes eating ice cream from an ice cream van. No fucking joke. I heard this noise, and I'm like, what the fuck is this noise? It was just this I'm like, oh god, it's not dogs fighting. And it turns out it was a bunch of foxes. It was just a bunch of foxes fucking just, they have the weirdest sounds, foxes. They sound like dogs being kicked. I imagine. I've never heard a fox. Only joking. Never kicked a fox. I've kicked a dog though. What? I've never kicked a dog. Any Peter listeners? Fucking Peter, whatever your fucking name is. Never kicked a dog. I've stabbed a dog, but I've never kicked a dog. I've fucked a dog. I've fucked a dog in its little dog asshole. I've never... It was a poodle. I couldn't resist myself. I seen its little fucking makeup hair done, like that Paris Hilton look hair, and I thought, oh god, look at this little perm, this little, you know. If you're gonna slot up a dog, if you're gonna get a dog and you're gonna fucking hair dryer it, you know, hair dye it, put its little fucking ears in some curlers so its hair's all puffy. What? I'm not gonna fuck it. Well, why are you making the dog slutty? What do you expect? Sir, why did you have sex with the dog? Dude, did you see what it was wearing? No, what was it wearing? It was a fucking slut, man. Well, this dog was wearing a little mini skirt, a little boob tube, and it's done its hair. It was just gagging for it, so I had to fuck it. I had to fuck the dog. So, it's weird, because when you fuck a fox, they make a different sound completely to a dog being fucked. This is the podcast. It's me. It's me talking about fucking animals. Oh god. Oh god. Do you think dogs like rapist dogs, like fuck, like they rape poodles and they're like, dude, you should have seen what she was wearing. Anyway, that was my point. So yeah, there was 3 foxes, and they make a weird sound. First of all, have you ever heard a fox screaming? Oh my god, it sounds like someone being molested or raped or fucking with a gun in their mouth. Like, it's just horrific. Like, it's so bad I can't even do the voice, like the sound, because it will make me feel like I'm in pain. I first heard a fox making that sound. I didn't know. I'm like, oh my god, someone needs to save that woman. Obviously, I wasn't volunteering myself. I'm like, someone needs to save her. Will you do it? Nah, I'm not even going to phone the police. My friend Jen, she said the best line ever. It fucking killed me. Yeah, well, I was just talking about fox noises and like the scream they make, and she was like, yes, I know, I've heard of fox before. And she got this wonderful fucking accent, like this kind of middle class, like that proper English kind of, you know, quite frankly. So, what the hell was I gonna say? Jesus. Oh yeah, that was it. She was talking about the fox sound, and she was like, yeah, I've heard that sound before, and I didn't know what it was, and I thought to myself, oh my god, there's a woman being raped outside. But being English, I thought, frankly, fuck it. What was it, the line she said? And being English, it doesn't matter. She said it was very funny, and I fucking butchered it. Oh god. But yeah, there was foxes eating ice cream. So that was last night. That's maybe why I didn't have much sleep. I was excited about the foxes. I was like, woohoo, foxes. I went to the Winter Wonderland the other day with Millie and Jordan, and I feel like I'm third wheeling my own relationship. I truly feel like I am third wheeling my only relationship It is Millie and Jordan have this wonderful chemistry. They get on so well. But we went to Winter Wonderland. I was just stood there with the fucking handbags and his drinks. They were on like all the rides. I was on my own ride. It involved alcohol and standing talking to all the other dads that were too scared to get on the fucking ride. They're like, my dad's like that. He's like, he turns into this weird character when he's at theme parks and stuff. He's like, oh no, you'll no catch me on that. No, oh, I wouldn't be seen dead on that. Oh, me on a roller coaster. No, you won't get me on that. No, that is not, no. I wouldn't be on one of them. Oh no. Oh no. And all the other dads are like, yeah. And he's like, no, I wouldn't. Oh God, you fucking catch me on that. No. Just all the other dads that stood there holding the fucking handbags because they were wimps. I would have went on that. The thing with going on with 3 people is, I'd still be on my fucking... I'm not paying £6 for a fucking ride, a shitty gypsy carnival fucking ride. They're the creepiest. They really are. The carnival people are the creepiest people. They're fucking not nice. I was going to say they're probably really nice. They are not, are they? They are not. They are creepy fucking... They're paedophiles. They are all paedophiles. Every carnival worker is a paedophile. And that's the reason why they keep moving around. They just pick up. I tell you what else they do. They're fucking expensive. How much? Get to fuck. So that was my trip to Winter Wonderland. What other exciting days out have you got planned this week, Scott? Well, it's funny you ask. It's funny you ask that you ask me that. So funny you ask. I am going to the hospital. Oh my God. What, for a day out? Are you going to go see? No, yeah, it's a day out, but I'm not going to wander around. No, I'm going for a circumcision. Cut. Hey, no pun there, please. Why are you going to the hospital for a circumcision? Oh, you really are inquisitive, aren't you, audience? Well, let me tell you. So I went to the doctor. I'll start from the beginning. The universe exploded and there was a big bang. And we don't really understand why. I'm not going to start that early. Imagine if every story that someone started was like, oh, whoa, before you tell the story, start from the beginning. And they're like, well, the universe... So, my dick wasn't working right. The foreskin wasn't pulling back to the right position. It wasn't coming over the helmet, like the bell end part. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I don't know the medical terms. Like, the flappy skin wasn't coming over the red bit. So, like, it only when I was hard. It wouldn't work when I was... I could get it over when it was flaccid. It's just an erection was a pain in the arse. For my girlfriend. Come on, high five. I couldn't get the foreskin over the balance. I don't know why it just started doing this. I don't know if my dick is too big for my dick. Maybe that could be the reason. My dick's so big, it's too big for my dick. You know what I'm saying? So when it was annoying for a while. I just left it. I thought it might fix itself because I'm a man and I have that ethos of it might be cancerous, but I'll just wait until I'm like nearly dead before I go to the doctors, and that's when I'll start to panic. Like, oh, you should see someone about that. And you're like, I'll just wait. But so I went along to the doctor. Like, it only affects your life when you're like, the only time you go to the doctor is like, it involves my dick. Right, I'm going to the doctors. Because I need that for fun. That is one of the few toys I have. When I was little, I had toys, but they were all chucked out when I got to a certain age. If I could, I would still ride the tractor with the pedals, trying to roll it and doing skids and stuff. That was fun to me. But I got to a certain age, and my knees kept hitting my fucking face because I couldn't pedal it because it was a little tractor. And my mum went, Scott, you need to get rid of that. And then she just chucked it away. She just fucking threw it away. And I'm like, why did you do that, you cunt? Why the fuck would you throw away my favourite thing? And it still would be my favourite thing. I would go to go to work on it. Just get sat in congestion. Just in my little toy tractor. Just stuck behind buses. People on bikes would be. Would I be allowed to go into the bike lane if I had a little pedal tractor? I hope so. So but all my toys were chucked out. All my toys were chucked out, and the one thing she couldn't get rid of was my dick, and which was lucky. So I just play with that now. And as soon as a man gets a problem with his dick, he's like, I have no other toys in my life. This is the one thing that keeps me fucking sane and from stabbing people. I'm just gonna... Don't you dare tell me it's going to be taken away from me. So you really preserve it. You fucking... You put it in oil at night time. Like a... Hello, Millie Wheeler.
Hello.
How are you?
Just getting some of my trainers.
Where's your trainers? What trainers are you getting? Wonderful. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Millie. Have a wonderful time. So, what was I talking about? The wonderful Millie Wheeler, everybody. The one and only. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah, like, this is how precious your dick is. You put it in, like, you wrap it up at night time in oils and stuff to preserve it, just so it doesn't wither away at night, like it's a an insect from the dinosaur times. What do you call that stuff, like that weird kind of oil? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, my dick. I'm like, I need to get this. So I went to the doctors, and I had to change doctors and all shit because I went to the one in London. Because my doctor back home, I'm like, so I had to change all that, managed to figure all that out. Then I managed to get an appointment, so I went along, and it was like 8:45 in the morning. I'm like, God, that's early. That's early to be getting your dick out. So I went along, and like I was there before the doctor. Like I got there, I sat down. There's like the receptionists were fucking arguing over some TV show, and they were like proper like that. They were work colleagues, so they couldn't call each other cunts. They wanted to, they were just being passively aggressive. Like, like one of them was like, "You bet, but you are old, Gene. That's why you probably didn't watch the TV show last night because it was on late. Because you're old. You're old, Gene. You're old. You're old and dying. You're dying, old woman. That's probably why you're in bed early. Because you're dying." Like that. And like they were like, "Yeah, but you are dying." She's like, yeah, I'm dying." So I sat there listening to this. I'm like, oh, this is professional. And then this doctor came in, and you knew it was a doctor because a doctor has a doctor look. I don't know what it is. He just walks around just knowing that he knows everything about everybody. He's like, I know who's got bowel cancer. So he wandered in, and I'm like, God, And he went into the door. I'd already checked the door because I was like, what's his name? I want to know who the doctor's name. I can't remember his fucking name. But I'm like, oh, that's my room. And then he wandered in there. And he got himself ready. And then over the tannoy, he was like, Mr. John Scott Ambrose. I know. Who would have thought it? My name's John Scott Ambrose as opposed to Scott Ambrose. Oh my God, I'm lying to you all. So the name was announced over the tannoy. And I went... As I was walking in, like, this little woman from the reception, the one that was being called old, she kind of dawdled in behind me, and I held the door open for her. And she came over with this mug that was like, world's best doctor on it, with a big heart around it, and she plonked it down on his desk, and she was like, don't mind me, and then she just went, and I just stood there, I'm like, okay, and I sat down, and he was like, so, what seems to be the problem? This is like 9 o'clock now. I'm like, my dick is too big for my dick. Like the forescan's not coming back when I get an erection. Like it's fine for last. And he's like, when do you have sex? Have you had sex before? And he's like asking all these questions. And I'm like, yeah. And He's like, just pop your trousers. Best saying in the world. I fucking love it when doctor says that. If you could just pop your trousers off and get on the bed. Like, I would like that to be in more areas of life. Like, you go to the park and, like, the park keeper's like, yeah, come on in, but if you could just pop your trousers off and get on the bed. You're like, what? You'd be like, oh, nothing. So I got on the bed, and I'm just looking up at this kind of aging Indian-looking dude, and he's just looking at my cock, and he's just pulling back the foreskin, and I'm just lying there looking up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is a very strange. Like, if he wasn't a doctor, this would be fucking mental. But because I'm trusting the DR in front of his name, I'm like, well, it's probably normal. So he's like, and then he just turns and looks at me and he goes, yeah, you have a hardened skin around the top. I'm like, what? What does that mean? You have hardened skin around the top? He's like, yeah, it's hardened skin around the top. It's like my dick is calloused. My dick is calloused. It's like my dick's got... Like, I have very soft hands because I do very little work. I am a lazy fuck. I don't want to, like real men, like fucking men that carry shit, they like, move wood and stuff. Calloused hands. They've got calloused chins. They're just callous. It's just a callous, this hard, callous body. The only callous I have is on my dick. How good am I at fucking? That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, yeah, I've got a calloused dick. I am a fucking animal. Yes. My ego was inflated. Like, I got an erection in his hand because of my ego being so inflated. He started like sucking my dick. He was like, oh, I can't resist. That didn't happen. But so I'm like, okay. He'd done all this. He just chatting down. I got off the bed after he checked my dick, and he started printing off papers like, yeah, you need to go for a circumcision. I'm like, He was like, yep, that's got to come off. Do you know what a circumcision is? I'm like, yeah, I do, yeah. He was like, okay, so if you need any help, just come back. And but other than that, you've got to just send the hospital a message, and they can book you in for a circumcision. He'd done all of this before his first sip of coffee of the day. How professional. Like, I don't even touch my own dick in the morning without being wide awake and like being able to just look at it. This is what I do in the morning. I get up, I go to the shower, I just stare up, I lean back a little bit so my chubby little stomach kind of pushes over so I can't see my dick. And then I just piss in the shower so I don't have to touch it. I don't look in the mirror so I don't have to look at my awful face. I just avoid seeing myself that early because it's fucking monstrosity. It's a horrific monster just wandering around. It's a grunting fucking mess. I don't need to see this in the morning. I feel sorry for other people that have to look at it. This guy had my dick in his hand before his first morning coffee. That man is a soldier. I touch my dick about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I first touch my dick in a day. Before then, I just avoid it like the plague. It's just awful looking. It's a chipolata wrapped in a winter's jacket. It's just disgusting. I was going to say, kudos to that man that had to finger my awful pale Casper-like, transparent, awful cock. Just bless him. It feels weird though now because having the circumcision on Monday. I feel like, oh god, that's come quick. I'm not sentimental. I'm not very sentimental. I don't get attached to things, but there's something about having my part of my dick cut off. I'm like, me and him had dreams. Me and my foreskin. We had plans. What can I do now without him? Just go. gonna have to make like a bucket list where it's just me and my dick go on adventures before he. I've got 3 days to fulfill all the things me and my foreskin wanted to do with each other before he's put in a bin bag with a load of other dead bits of skin. I don't know. Do I get to keep it, or like to give it to my mother and we pretend we're Jewish for a day? What happens? What happens with my? Or does it just go into like a bin filled with a bunch of other dead bits of skin, like a bit of arm, like an arm in there, and a bit of leg, and like a dead baby or something? Just like, is that the only time an adult foreskin can touch a dead baby? Is that the only time? It's when it's been cut off? I'm pretty sure they don't put dead babies in bins. I'm pretty confident they don't just be like, yeah, just put it in the bin with all the other bits of body. I'm pretty sure the parents get to keep it. I don't know. I've never had a dead baby. I've had an alive baby that I just left out in the wilderness. It's probably very strong now. I let the foxes that had ice cream look after it. But you know, I wanted to do stuff. Me and my foreskin. Like, if I could, I would have like a montage video of me and my foreskin. And the song a bit over the top, like, me and my foreskin, doing the things we wanted to do. Me and my foreskin, By the way, my foreskin's not attached to me at this point. It's like a massive foreskin, like the size of me, and it has hands. It's got no eyes or anything, it's just got hands and legs. And I hold its hand and we like skip through a meadow together, and it's like, that's the start of the montage, like, me and my foreskin, I'm hugging it in the meadow, we run to each other and hug each other. me and my foreskin. And then there's a part where I'm like on a roller coaster, like going around like, woohoo, I'm with my foreskin on a fucking roller coaster. Like, we're together and we're like, my arms around it, and like, he's wearing sunglasses now. And no, you get that snapshot, like we're waiting together at the bottom. My foreskin's like, he's like, his arms are in the air, and I'm like scared. And we're like, oh, we'll put that in the photo collection. And then it continues like, me and my foreskin. I want a foreskin bucket list. That's what I'm saying. I want a foreskin bucket list. I can go swimming with dolphins with my foreskin. Have sex with, I don't know. My foreskin's never been inside a black woman before. That's, could be interesting. I've got 3 days to do that. Unless I keep my foreskin. And then, like, I end up having sex with a black woman. I'm like, hey, before we continue this beautiful adventure we're on, would it be alright if I just smush my foreskin inside your cunt for a bit? Can I just squish my foreskin inside there? Just let me get my foreskin right into your twat. Just push it right up there. And she'd be like, why? Like, I'd have to force it in with like a like a raisin by now, because it's been sat in my wallet for so long. It's sort of crisping over. And she'd be like, yeah, sure, you know, everybody has dreams, Scott. We all have dreams. You know, and Martin Luther King's dream is coming together, because me, a black woman, and you, a white, very white, pasty, foreskinless man, are about to indulge in love. We're going to have to, you know, we're going to have to transcend each other's bodies and make beautiful fucking love. So why would I stop this moment? Put your old, fried, crispy, bacon-like foreskin into my wet, moist, black pussy, boy. Go on, get it right up there. And I'd be like, woohoo! And then the sound I'd be like, me and my foreskin. There's nothing that we cannot do. Me and my foreskin. It's just me and you. Wow, what a beautiful image. But I don't know what. I hope I get to keep it, but if not, I'm gonna have like a before and after photo. But this is my dick before, this is after. Hey, wait, and then I might go out and ask people like, hey, survey, survey. Yeah, which one do you prefer? And we'll see which penis women or men. I think we'll ask a bunch of gay guys as well. Like, which one of those two would you suck? Would you suck like the shiny red helmeted, or the one with the hat? Do you prefer the woolly cap, or do you prefer the old bald guy? Which one is your favourite? Like, which one would you rather me put in your mouth? Which one would you rather have just forcing itself, like just this hot, hard? Would you rather have that extra bit of kind of gristle that you have to like pull back and God, suck those balls? Or do you want to kind of, I don't know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun kind of experiment. Like, oh my God, this just feels so different. So that's what's going on in my life. Other than my dick being mutated, there's something fucking messed up about cutting dicks off though. Like when you're cutting kids' foreskins off for a religious, if it's medical, it makes sense. But what sort of fucking psychopath do you have to be where you look at a kid's dick and you're like, right, we need to get a scalpel out and we need to slit that off. We need to get that bit of flappy. Why would I don't understand why. I need to understand the history of circumcision. Was it because it was dirty and that was a clean, like there was a lot of dicks getting dirty and like you had to cut the bit off at the end so it was cleaner. That doesn't we have baths nowadays. Why are you messing around? People just wash your dick. Don't have it cut off. Or I don't know. Or did people think, oh, God made a mistake here, we better get rid of that part? I don't understand the whole fucking circumcision from a religious point of view. There seems something messed up about it, especially when you're forcing your kid. You're like, right, so let's just take that baby and we're just gonna, like, I don't understand, what are the rules? Because if you punch a baby, you're a fucking psychopath. You're like, oh God, what did you punch a baby for? But it's socially acceptable to take a baby's dick, hold it in your hand, and then pull out a machete or nail clippers or whatever you have, and they just snip away a part of. Really? That's a thing that exists. It truly exists. Why? Because a book said so, a really old book. If babies are conscious, like if they remember everything, then you shouldn't do that. That is child abuse. That is a form of child abuse that is managed to sneak its way into tradition, which is fucking bullshit. Like, but if a kid doesn't know its dick's been cut off, well, like foreskin's been cut off and cut out and hacked away at, surely, like, how does that not have effect? Because if everything else affects a child's development, that's going to have a big impact on it. Like, just being held down and then just being attacked for no reason with a knife, that's going to affect it. Because if your argument is like, oh no, it's a baby, it doesn't remember anything, then people that fuck babies should be allowed to, because it doesn't affect the baby. Like, mentally, the baby's fine. Why would it cutting its foreskin up not affect it? It should affect it. I'll see how much it affects me at my age. I'll be like, oh God, that was a weird. And then I'll see if a baby would also be affected. I'll go out and I'll talk to a baby. There's something messed up about it. There's something fucking it's barbaric traditionalism wrapped up in fucking religious bullshit. It's ridiculous. But it's been a tradition for thousands of years, and that's what we do. What? What? Don't be so silly. Then you got like people like, but it's ugly with a bit of skin at the end. Right, there's no pretty part of a dick, so don't give me this fucking, it's ugly. I prefer, a fucking the Mona Lisa of dick. These beautiful fucking... Don't give me this bullshit. All dicks are disgusting. Like, a dick is basically an arm that's been in a car accident. It is this messed up, mangled, fucking awful looking, saggy bit of flesh that hangs down like a tentacle. It's like Squidward's nose. It's awful. It's just this awful fucking... So don't tell me that you've seen a pretty one of those. Because, lady, your cunt ain't so pretty. And I tell you this, it ain't going to look any prettier if I took a knife to it. So don't tell me my dick is going to look any better after it. Maybe it will look pretty. Maybe I'll come out of this, I'm like, you know, it's been such a big difference in my life. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. I don't understand why they do it and why they carry on. Anyway, we get the point, Scott. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. Why don't you have a more vodka? Because that seems to be really working for this episode. I've not done anything else, really. I've not really done much else this week. I've been happy, which is really sucks away the funny, I've discovered. When you can't be crazy anymore, you know. I just want to be mad. I just want to be sad and mad, you know, because that's when I was at my funniest. My pain, I take my pain and I turn it into an art. I might just end the podcast here at 30 odd minutes. Actually, before I end the podcast, I just thought to myself then, like this, I don't know, there's this weird male fantasy. I don't know if it's porn that's infected my mind, or it's just men are fucking deluded idiots. But part of me just thinks, like, just go into the hospital. I'm going to get there and I'm going to have, like, these hot, like, fucking hot, like, Russian doctors. And they're going to examine me and, like, do all the paperwork. And then I sit down in the chair and they're like, let's just have a look at your, could you just pop your penis out, please, so we could, just so we know what we're going to be doing with it. Like, part of me in my head, I'm like, yeah, that could happen. I could get these fucking really hot kind of doctor and nurse, and then they see my dick, and they just can't help themselves. They just lunge at it. They just can't help but just grab it and just devour it like zombies when they see a fresh bit of court, like a fresh body. They just chase it down the road, and they just pounce on it and just rip it. I'm like, that's what they're going to do to me. I'm going to turn up to the hospital. I'm going to get my dick out, and they're just going to be like, oh my god, I need that inside me. I definitely need that. Where have you been hiding this? Because this is what I want. I have seen a number of dicks across my life, but that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That isn't just a dick. That is a bringer of life. That is going to give me the children I need. And both of them, there's two. Like, men create these weird fantasies that will probably never happen. But in my head, part of me thinks, someone might fuck me at the hospital. And it's deluded and silly, but fingers crossed. There is something. I don't know how many other men think that's going to happen, because it never does. I'm so deluded. I'm deluded in thinking that two women I don't know are just going to fuck me for no reason, just because I'm there. That's the difference between the difference between a man and a woman is women like men like like, there's a possibility that if a woman turned up and like in a chair in a hospital and you're a doctor and she was like, hey, fuck me, you'd be like, god, there must be some sort of catch here. What is I'll take the risk to see if there's a catch, but like, a dude turns up, he's like, hey, do you want to fuck? The nurse will just leave. She'll be like, oh god, I am gonna go get security. But part of you has a fantasy, and It's kind of interesting. I'm so deluded, though. I'm deluded in thinking that would happen. I'm deluded in thinking that this podcast was going to be enjoyable to listen to. There's a... Anyway, that's... let's fucking end it there. There we go. Other than that, just before I went to finish the podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'll finish it at that. And then I came to my head and I thought, I need these people to know this information. This is what is going to get me to the top. I need to let these people know my sometimes a man thinks that a nurse is going to fuck him story. Let's get that out there. Make sure that's in the fucking cyber world. Put that on the internet. Oh, God, I suck. I fucking hate myself. I told you it was going to be an awful podcast at the beginning, and I wasn't far away. It truly is. See, I wish I should do a little disclaimer at the beginning, like the one that's more descriptive than how awful this is going to be. 30 minutes I just talked about my dick. What sort of narcissist am I? Right. Yeah, do you know what people want to hear about? My fucking dick. I need to tell people about my dick. Do you know how many fucking lazy comics talk about their dick? It's up and down the country every night. There's men that come out on stage and they're like, "Oh, my dick, everything's dick related." What was that fucking comic? I can't remember her name. Oh God, I'll find her name because she had the greatest point. She was like, if your dick started, like, she was on about how men. She was talking about how men, like, were like, oh, women that come on stage and talk about periods, it's so hacky and lazy. Oh, Jesus, you don't understand how fucking hacky I am. Just talking about my dick. It's the most talked about subject in comedy, and it never ever gets like, there's another male comic talking about his dick. That's all. Even Freud didn't talk about his dick, and it was Freud. Like, gee, I suck. Good God. I'm going to start talking about periods from now on. I'm going to be a period-based comedian. I tell you this about periods, though. They look fucking wonderful in the advert. I don't know why women are complaining. I have no idea why women are complaining. They're riding bikes. There's butterflies fluttering around them. They go swimming. They're in theme parks. They're dancing at discos. How old are you, Scott? They're in the club listening to They're in the discos. They're at the nightclubs listening to some of that drum and bass. Some of that grime house. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But I tell you, I'm gonna start having periods. If I could have a vagina and start bleeding like once a month. Oh, it's weird though, because in the adverts they're fucking having a great time. Reality, they're miserable, aren't they? Hey? Oh, bloody women, hey? God golly. Anyway, I'm gonna end the podcast here because I've had enough of life. This has been awful. The awful ramblings. Welcome to the awful ramblings of someone that doesn't give a shit anymore. So let's end the podcast here. Thank you very much for listening. Add me on Twitter at ScottAmbrose10. Really? You're still plugging yourself after this fucking crock of shit? What else? I don't know. Is there any sponsors? This podcast has been sponsored by Laughter. Bringing the laughter to you. Go follow Dan Wheeler on Twitter at the Dan Wheeler. That's my other unofficial sponsor. At the Dan Wheeler. Go follow him. Other than that, thank you if you listen to all of this, then God bless you. You are a fucking idiot. seriously, I don't know what happened in your life where you're still listening to this. Because even I don't listen to this. I speak into the microphone, and then I'm like, what did I say? And then if I remember it, I try and forget it. But if not, it's forgotten. If you are enduring this, then congratulations, you deserve a medal. I'm gonna send you. I'll send you some stuff in the post. I'll send you, I don't know, whatever shit I've got on my desk. I'll send you a lighter, and I'll send you a bottle missing a label, with nothing in it. If you want that, so send me a tweet. Tweet me. I'm a Twitter comedian. You're Twitter people? You're a Twitter comedian? I'm a Vine comedian. I like the way there's so many different types of comedian nowadays. A comedian used to be like, yeah, I just tell jokes in front of people. Now I'm a podcast comedian. I'm a Twitter comedian. You know, I only do carnivals. That's all I do now. I'm a carnival comedian. No, I just play to the carnivals. I just travel around with the roller coasters, and I just hang out with all the... that'd be the most worst job. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. 45 fucking minutes of this crock of... just... I wonder how many times you went through this. If you have went through this, you're right to do that. Because I'm doing it myself. Jesus. How many times have I said, Jesus, oh God, through this? Just no. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm awful. And a happy note. Lots of love to you all. Would you like a Christmas card? Alright, bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. No, you hang up. Come on. Bye-bye.